Hold on, I'm getting the. Okay, hello, good morning, good afternoon. It'll be noon soon. I've got my girl, Lady of Leisure, back. Um, Happy about that. And I'm gonna ask Lady of Leisure to explain to me about reading emotions when I see things that are in the motions that say that, hey, Fields of Grace, hey, Just B and Lady T, hey, Takara, I've been calling you, Takara, call me, I need to know you okay. Hey, Reese. So she's going to explain to me how to read the motions, and when I see different things where it says like Supreme Court, what does that mean? And also, as we open the show, I have a question to ask you, Lady of Leisure.
Okay.
All of these people are playing recordings of Rob from jail. Is
Mm.
that legal?
It's not here. I don't know if it is in New York. But yeah, you can't because it's considered their property still, and it's supposed to be private unless they're taping it because they do tape conversations. Uh, their phone calls are recorded by the penitentiary. So I shouldn't. It ain't even a penitentiary because it's federal. But yeah, their phone calls are recorded in house. But here you can't record phone calls from federal prisoners. But
Okay.
I don't know what they do, and I don't know what they do in New York because different jurisdictions have different rules.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I don't
because
know.
people are
But I
saying,
and then you know depending on what state you're in, does Rob know you're recording his conversations? Because you got to have permission to record conversations here in Illinois.
okay,
So, does he know you're recording conversation? Does he know you're publicizing this on social media? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is in New York. I really don't. But here you cannot.
okay.
Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Hey everybody. Fields of Grace, just be. I have something to tell you because I made a comment. Um, I made a comment to you that I thought was funny, and you didn't respond to it because you didn't know who I was in
Hey,
that
Deacon
chat.
Terrell.
So I'm gonna have to tell you who I was in that chat. But it wasn't meant to be facetious or anything like that. I just thought it was funny, and then I realized, wait, I'm not Lady of Leisure in this chat. She doesn't know who the hell this is. Um, hey Takara, Reese from
Yeah. Hey,
Philly,
Deacon Terrell, how you doing? I'm
just the
waiting on
tea,
you and your
please.
wife to
I
come up
love it. Shy City Chat, Michelle, hello.
Shy,
Yes, stay in them bushes
Shy.
and work, baby. Yes. Um, Darlene had asked me a couple of questions, not to explain really how to read the documents, but how to understand them, the response. And she was mainly talking about when they cite, case law. And it's not rocket science. It's very simple. They cite case law to support their position. That's allegedly what it's supposed to do. Okay. So when you see the case law, they may have a very small description of that case law in terms of a definition. When I say description, that's what I mean, a definition. They may have, you know, the definition pertaining to supporting their case in its entirety. Um, but sometimes it's just they reference the case law, and and they may put a description in there that supports their position. So when you read the transcripts, in order to really understand where they're coming from, and it's tedious, you have to look up the case law and see what it actually says. And the reason that we got on that topic, because I found it very interesting. I haven't read the response to the government. I started to read it last night. I did not get through the first page because um, the motion that they're responding to is the motion for a new trial because of ineffective counsel. Okay, that was the motion that I was reading that the government responded to. And like I said, I'm reading it, and I don't even think I got a little bit more than halfway through the very first page, and I saw this case law that they cited, and I remembered the case law very well because it was also used in John Gotti's case, which was, I was young and just getting into the business, and it was a very I was fascinated with that case. Let's just put it that way. So when I saw the case law, I immediately remembered it from the Gotti case. And I said, wait a minute, this is not what this case law states. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Because what the government did was they cited the case law, and then they put a description of the case law in there, but it wasn't a full description. And I knew that looking at it. Like I said, when I saw it, I knew exactly what it was because I remember it so vividly from it also being cited in the Gotti case. Now, they didn't cite the case law as being in the Gotti case. The government didn't. They cited it as being in the Gambino case. But again, I remember it vividly. So what I did was I said, wait a minute, I remember this. I looked it up. Now, in the government's response, they're saying that, he should not be, he should be denied a new trial. And they cite the case law, and it says, and they cite U.S. versus Gambino. And then it goes on to say, courts must exercise their Rule 33 authority sparingly and only in the most extraordinary circumstances. And it ends there, okay? Now, that is a bit disingenuous because in that law, in that case that they're citing, it does say that, but it's not applicable to a new trial on ineffective counsel. So I'm going to read to you again what the government stated, and then I'm going to read the actual.
Because I want to just chime in on one thing.
Okay.
I have to remember just as clear because I think we listened in on the phone calls for those Curcio hearings. And
correct.
When he said he wanted Nicole to be his lawyer, and the judge said, "Are you sure?" Because in the midst of this, she appointed him a lawyer,
right?
While he made the decision on his lawyers,
right?
And when he said he still wanted to keep Nicole, she specifically said, "Now, is this the lawyer that you want? Because you cannot come back and try to put this in an appeal." Now, I know I heard that.
She said that. And matter of fact, she exactly said you can't appeal on ineffective counsel. She said that in the Curcio hearing. She did say that. However, you have to understand, and this is where it gets a bit tricky for me. Um, when he went to trial, oh wait, Nicole did do the trial. Okay, never mind. I'll take it back. Uh, Nicole did the opening statement in the trial. I was gonna say when he went to trial, he had different attorneys, but Nicole was still his attorney, and she did participate in the trial. So I'll take it back, guys. But
Hey,
yeah, she did say that.
real quick,
Okay.
I wanna say good afternoon there to first of all, Mrs. Keller. I know you're in the bushes, but I want to say good morning, Mrs. Keller.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to Lady Legion, Miss April. But
Hey, Keller, thanks for coming up here because
Yes.
I'm trying to
I I
understand
I,
these emotions. Um,
I, s- I
I thought, you know, when Bojean put him in, I was hooray, jumping up and down, and okay, Judah in here, and I was like, oh, good, she getting ready to get him,
of
and
course, of course. I mean, that's her job. She got, her job is to, at least attempt to. That's what she's been doing for 20 plus years. Uh, However, she don't have a lot to work with, so she got to do the best she can. But her argument is about the Nicole situation is that the judge shouldn't even allow it to be waived. She said it's unwaivable. It's
It, it's
unwaivable.
it's not unwaivable.
Right, right.
However, I really want to get back to where I was because I find
Oh,
this
I
very
thought that's where you
interesting.
were.
I'm sorry.
I find this very interesting, Keller, and I think you will too. Like I said, I only got through the half of the first page, and I saw the case law,
Hmm.
and they were referencing, you know, his motion for ineffective counsel. This is the government, and they cited a case law, and this is what they put, you know, in their response. They cited United States versus Gambino, and it says, this is what the government says it says. Courts must exercise the Rule 33 authority sparingly and
Right.
only in the most extraordinary circumstances. Okay?
Exactly.
That's it. That's the end. Now,
Exactly.
let me read you exactly what that case law says, which I found a problem. Okay?
Okay.
Because the case law that they cited has nothing to do with ineffective counsel. It cites uh, motions for a new trial, appeals of motions for a new trial based on newly discovered evidence. And it also talks something about perjury. However, let me read you what it actually says. Um, it says, as in the cause of motions for a new trial based on newly discovered evidence, motions for a new trial based on newly discovered evidence, or motions for a new trial based on the identification of perjured testimony should be, I'm sorry, should be, I can't even read my own writing, should be granted only with great caution and in the most extraordinary circumstances. Now, you see the problem in that?
So, are they saying
So,
that that's the only way they can get a new
no,
retrial?
no, 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 no. They're not. Okay. My purpose for this, here's what I'm saying. They're not saying that. They're telling you what the case law that they're citing, they're telling you what they were referencing in that decision. Okay? And what they were referencing in that decision were motions for a new trial based on newly discovered evidence, not based on ineffective counsel. You don't get it.
I hear you. So you said it was misquote. They quote the wrong. It had nothing to do with.
Well, it's not applicable. I don't see it being applicable. Let me say that. I don't see it being applicable to ineffective counsel because it clearly states that it's motions based on newly discovered evidence and perjured testimony. Bojean isn't claiming new discovered evidence. She's not claiming perjured testimony. She's claiming ineffective counsel. So this particular case law does not apply, in my opinion.
So is that the case law that she? Because I know that when I read it, they were stating some case law that she had put in there. So is that the case law that they saying that she put in there, or is
Mm-mm.
that their case law?
That is
Because
the government.
they addressed both of them. Her case law,
That
her case
is
law, and their case law.
no. That is the government. That is the government. That is their case law. That is what they referenced as to why he should not be granted a new trial on ineffective counsel. On the very first page, it's their case law that they use to support their position.
1 second. Is this on the retrial or the
Uh,
which
it's on their
okay?
response. It's on the government's response. It's the very
So they
first
did.
page.
So they did two of them. So is it on the retrial one or the acquittal response?
Uh, you mean the new trial one?
So they did a response for a retrial and they did a response for acquittal.
That's the
So
response for the retrial, for a
so
new trial. Yeah,
go to that one.
response for a new trial.
Petition for acquittal, new trial. Okay.
So I just found that very, very interesting.
Just to
Um,
everybody that doesn't know what's going on and coming in the chat, the government responded to Robert Sylvester Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bojean, for motions that she had put in. And we're going over those motions or just trying to understand what they are saying. Um, of course, I'm sad because it wasn't like a slam dunk like I thought it was going to be.
well, it's not going to be a slam dunk. Here's the thing. Um,
Okay.
People
Okay.
file appeals all the time for new trials. They are rarely ever granted, guys. Rarely ever. You know, there has to be something. Now that's the only thing that's true. There has to be something, I mean, extraordinary circumstances in order for you to be granted a new trial or something that is so clearly biased or in violation of your constitutional rights. And I mean clear to the law, not clear to you guys, not clear to us, but clear to the law. And it is just, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Excuse me, guys.
Oh,
It's
don't do it.
just not there. It's not there in this case. It is not there. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you say. I don't care what arguments you bring. By law, it's not there. So I never, for a nanosecond, thought that he had a snowball's chance in hell of getting a new trial. Not based on ineffective counsel. And I was very surprised that she went into the voir dire of the jurors, because I would have went into Nicole telling the jury to tell him he was guilty.
Girl, ain't that the truth?
Okay?
Yeah,
That's where
because
I
the
would have went.
opening statement, she said, find my client guilty.
I'm sorry, not guilty. Excuse me, not guilty.
You
Now
think that was
She
that
didn't
a? Do
even
you think that
show
was
up
a?
on the last
You think
day.
that was a mistake, or you think she purposely did
I
that?
don't I don't think it was a mistake. I told you guys from the beginning they were setting up the appeal. I don't think it was a mistake at all. You don't make that type of mistake. You don't make that type of mistake. I have said from the very beginning, from when Greenberg put in the first motion about him not being able to have his goddamn both of his girlfriends visit, I told you all then they're setting up the damn appeal. I've said that damn near from day one. So what, you know, and it's just strategy. It's just strategy. And I just want to mention
So,
something else, and I
so
mentioned this to you. Hang on. I want to mention something else that was really funny to me. I made a post on Twitter because people were going. Greenberg made a post about some other case, and of course, the supporters were going in on Greenberg about how he had so much to say about this other case, and he didn't do nothing for Robert. And I made a comment, and my comment said he did the best he could. There's not much you can do with a guilty, uncooperative client. That was my statement. Why the hell did Greenberg like and retweet it? I just thought that was funny as hell.
It's one thing to like it. It's another thing to retweet the
I
motherfucker.
thought it was funny as hell. But anyway,
all, yeah, all bloggers, please drop your links. Everybody, please subscribe to the bloggers that's in the chat. We're trying to support each other. We got APTV, B Sparrow Talk, K Judah Show. We
hey
got
B,
Shy
wait a minute. My best friend in here, K Judah in here. I
uh-huh.
miss my best friend. I didn't even see you. Hey, K
Yeah,
Judah.
please subscribe to their channels. Uh, Fields of Grace 101. Y'all, please drop y'all links. Um, I beg of you guys to support these people and subscribe to their channels because we all know the game that YouTube is playing with taking away subscribers and unsubscribing you from people. So please, everybody, drop your links. Okay.
Now, Robert,
Yeah,
have you read? How far along have you gotten into the transcripts?
I read everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, Karen J. I
good.
forgot Miss
Because,
Karen.
like I said, I didn't get through the first page, and I'm like, oh wait.
And I sat down. Took me 4 hours. I saw yesterday. I woke up about 4 in the morning, had my coffee, and I said I was just gonna, read a couple. And before I knew it, I couldn't even start reading. Took me 4 hours to read both of them, the retrial and the acquittal.
Okay. And you know what I find really strange, and I probably shouldn't say this, but y'all know me, I'm gonna say it. I've been away for quite some time. And when I say I took a step back, I took a step back. I haven't been on social media. I've been in Robert's group, back in Robert's group, because I've been there all along. But I've been back in Robert's group for maybe about 2 weeks. I haven't. I do listen to Angie. Um, I listen. I never comment, and I that's the only thing I did while I took my break. I wasn't listening to anybody. I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't doing social media. Period. So when I came back and I'm hearing all this stuff, I'm pretty much lost in the scheme of what the hell's going on in these YouTube streets. Not that I really want to know. But the one
Well,
thing that
I'm
I
gonna sum it
the
up.
one thing that I
Can I
found,
sum it up for you? What's been going on in the YouTube streets?
can I finish my comment first?
Okay.
The one thing that I found that has not changed, There is still so much misinformation out there regarding this case. So much misinformation. And that has always drove me nuts. It really does. I was, I ain't naming names, but they know who they are. And if y'all was listening, you all know who they are too. I popped into somebody's YouTube yesterday, and they were reading the transcripts. And that's what I go for, because until yesterday, I didn't have them. So I would go on people's channels who were reading the transcript so I could get the information. I popped into somebody's YouTube channel, and they were reading the transcripts and doing a pretty good job up until they gave their commentary or their opinion. And the part of it was the government had cited again a ruling by the Supreme Court that supported their position in terms of being able to let jurors go, you know. And this blogger says, that's not true. That's not true. The Supreme Court, when they have trials, because let me back up a little bit. What the government was saying was that a person having seen the documentary or having an opinion about his guilt or innocence was not enough to kick them off the jury. And
Right.
they cited, a Supreme Court ruling to that effect. Well, that's absolutely fact. But the blogger goes, that's not true. That's not true. Because when you have a trial, when the Supreme Court have a trial, if you know anything about that defendant, they kick them jurors off. And I'm looking at people in the chat. Yep, that's right.
That's how dangerous things can be, just that quick. People don't
That is
realize.
how dangerous things can be just that quick. And how freaking misinformed you all are, and how you just accept what people say without any
Oh man,
verification or research on your own. So
you know
I
what?
just want to say this.
It's funny you say that, because when you said that about the case law,
Mm-hmm,
I'm looking it up. I'm
mm-hmm.
verifying. I'm not just going off of what you're saying. I'm looking it
Absolutely.
up as you speak.
Absolutely.
And well, yeah, and then I want to come back to it. Go ahead, because I have that up now. I
Right.
want to come back to it, but go ahead and finish.
So I just want, because I said I was going to quit calling people dumb motherfuckers.
Is there a way you could say it in a nice way? Because it is
It
some dumb
is. I'm
motherfuckers.
trying. Look, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. So here's what I'm going to say in lieu of you dumb motherfuckers. I'm just going to say misinformed and most misinformed, okay? So y'all not going to be dumb and dumber motherfuckers no more today. I don't know about tomorrow, one day at a time. But
Yeah.
I just want to, because, there are some things I do not expect everybody to know the law. I don't. Hell, lawyers don't know all the goddamn law. We don't.
Right, right. It's impossible. It's
It
impossible.
is impossible, but you can know just
You
basic information. And
but
I
the
just
thing
want
is,
you all to know, let me finish, because it bothers me so much for people to be so goddamn stupid. Stupidity is a fucking choice. You don't have to be stupid. You got a computer, and I know you do because you're always making all them goddamn comments. The Supreme Court does not, and I'm going to repeat this, the Supreme Court does not have trials. They do not have jurors. They are the fucking Supreme Court. Y'all know what supreme mean? What the hell they need a juror for? They don't have trials. The Supreme Court does not hold trials. There are no jurors. There are no trials. Occasionally, When they accept a case, it's the Supreme Court mainly rules on paperwork. They decide what the law is, if it was applied properly, if it was a violation. Those are the decisions, some of the decisions that the Supreme Court makes. They do that primarily off of appeals that have been submitted to them. If they want more clarification from, who's ever submitting those appeals, they will have arguments from the attorneys only. There are no trials. There is no damn jury. So stop sitting up a man and a mother, someone who's less informed. Okay, I'm done with that. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is why I bring Lady Alesia and I have Keller. Lady Alesia is familiar with the law. Not to disrespect any blogger, but I can't sit up and listen to people that are just bloggers and they know nothing about the law. I've always wanted to know the real deal about this case, exactly what the government was saying, what the government um,
What their strategy was, what it was they were trying to do. Yeah. And let me say this because everybody knows I am not a
okay,
supporter.
indie finest, whoever you are, you need to go back and listen. Please don't come on here. They don't hate R. Kelly, okay? They
I
don't
was
know more than the lawyer,
I was
but they
just
know more than some of these bloggers. So please don't come in here doing that. Don't
I
come in
was
here
just
doing
about to say everybody knows I'm not an R. Kelly supporter.
that. I
And
am.
and let me finish.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to this case, I simply want the facts. I simply want, I just want the facts. And and that's it. I don't want somebody else's interpretation of them, because don't get me wrong, there can be different interpretations of the law. Absolutely. However, the law is what it is. And the only thing that you can do is say what it is, you know? And it doesn't matter to me whether the law is for R. Kelly or against R. Kelly, as long as it's factual.
Right.
So to say, and that's just it for me. I just want the facts of the matter. So to say that I hate R. Kelly, it's just very immature. I don't know the man. I
I
don't
think
hate the man.
by
I
default,
hate what he's done.
if you don't say free R.
Absolutely.
Kelly, but if you don't say free R. Kelly, by default, you hate him.
Well, that's why nobody pays you for your fucking opinion. Okay? But I just want the facts of the matter.
You're fine, Indy. Yeah.
I just
And
want
I
the facts
want
of
the
the matter.
facts too.
Right. And it doesn't matter to me if those facts lead to being uh, supportive of R. Kelly or not. I don't care. As long as they're the facts. I don't come here and sensationalize shit just because I want R. Kelly in jail for the rest of his life. I don't do that. You know? Which is why I really wanted to talk about the case law that the government cited because I don't believe, I could be wrong, but reading it, I don't see how I am. I don't believe that that particular case law is applicable where the government used it, because it's very specific. It says motions for a new trial based on newly discovered evidence or based on identification of perjured testimony. That's what it says. It says absolutely nothing about motions for a new trial based on ineffective counsel. That's not there.
This Thomas, this Thomas,
So did the did they answer? Did the government answer all of Bojean? Everything that Bojean sent them? Did the government answer them?
I believe that they did. Uh, in absentia of those text messages, I believe that they did. Robert, what do you think?
the exact same thing, except for the text messages.
I believe that they did.
Hell, they had 100 and
No.
106
I got
pages.
Indy saying he was not given a fair trial. Jurors came in with their minds made up. What was their response to the
look,
to the jurors
well,
when when she
the
was
sub
trying to
questions.
say,
So they respond back saying that there were more. Although they may have said this, there were other questions answered, because it's going to be hard to find somebody who don't know absolutely nothing about this guy. It's going to be damn near
And,
impossible. So a lot
exactly.
of sub
I
questions
don't.
was created
I don't think that it's impossible. I really don't.
for
There are
12,
plenty of people.
for
I don't
12,
think. Well,
not
listen.
12, not 12.
How many? But wait. How many jurors were in that poll? There were
It was
hundreds.
230 something.
I thought it was over five.
The pool was 230 something,
I thought it was over five.
over
I thought
500.
I read in there that it was 500. They brought it down to two something. Then they narrowed it down to 50.
Uh,
Then they ended up with 12. I
well,
could be wrong, but I thought that's what I read. But again,
I think they
I could be
brought it.
wrong.
I think they sent out. Based off. I mean, I think once they got down to the people they brought in, out of the questionnaire, they were
Okay,
sent that they
got it.
may and could have sent it to 500, but the people that they actually brought in and interviewed, it was 200 and some people.
Okay.
But out of those 200, out of that pool, it's going to be damn near impossible to find 12 people who don't absolutely nothing about him in New York, and somewhere else maybe, but in the Eastern District of New York.
And here's the thing, and I think this is where people get confused. Jurors can know about him. Jurors can,
We got to be
you know,
unbiased, right?
have seen the documentary. They could have been at his goddamn first trial. It's not that they can't know anything about him.
That's the their argument was.
The right. The
It was
requirement
about
is
can they
that
be
they can
unbiased
be
at the end of the day?
unbiased.
Can they be
Can they
unbiased?
follow that instruction? Can they rule on the evidence before them and put whatever they've seen or heard aside?
Well, Jane's argument is if you even if you've seen Surviving R. Kelly, you can't be unbiased,
Well,
which is it.
that's not true,
Right. We
because you
see
could
that
see it,
in
exactly,
this. We
because
see that here.
with the supporters.
Right.
They
Half
seen
of them
it. They
saw it
think
and the
it's a
same
bunch of
three.
bullshit.
Right.
So why is it if you saw the documentary and you thought it was a bunch of bullshit, why is it so hard for you to believe that somebody else saw it and thought it was a bunch of bullshit? That's my question. Why are they biased because they saw it, but you're not? In your words, make that make sense to me.
Right.
Georgia girl, I put her question up there.
I wish they would have. Be honest with you, but they saying that it wasn't relevant. It wasn't a part of their proof. Uh, um, um, Auntie Ann also said that that shit wasn't relevant as well. So, but I wish they would have just to, for my curiosity. But apparently, they don't give a fuck about our curiosity. They
So
care
the
about
text
the
message
elements.
that I mean, they're there, but um,
I, I,
they don't even have to address the text messages from
I think
because it
Bojean may
wasn't in
bring
the
it back
case,
up.
right?
I think Bojean may bring those text messages back up, and on her rebuttal, they may or may not address it then. But at this particular time, their reasoning was shit. That wasn't part of the elements. That's what they
Okay,
have to
let me
prove.
ask let me ask you guys this, because like, y'all know I've been out of it for a while and I just don't remember. I really don't remember. Were those text messages a part of the trial?
It didn't make it to the trial.
Okay,
It was,
then why are they to
it
respond
was,
to it?
and that's the argument that they're making. The government. That's the reason why they said they didn't.
Right. I mean, how
But I
how
think
do you
people. I
respond to
think
something
so.
that
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people want to know, and the government don't care about that. They just care about what they.
because it's not because
The
it's
government
not part
don't
of the
care
trial.
about bad parents. Bad parents, they don't
Well, it
care
wasn't the argument. It wasn't about the parents being bad or not. It was about that they were the one who did the coercion and enticement and all that thing. So they proved how they touched on how they proved who did the coercion and enticement. That was Bojean's
Well,
argument,
here's
and
the
she used
thing.
the text message to support that.
Here's the thing. You can't you can't coerce someone into coercing someone else into committing a damn crime. Send me the finest, fucking, richest, goddamn white boy, 17 years old right now,
Mm,
butt
about
ass
17.
naked,
What about 17 and a half?
hung like a horse. 17. I want him
No,
to be
17.
17.
No, 17 and a half because she
We,
was she
we
was
don't
too
want him.
much. She was too much for being 18. So
Okay, send him to me.
you going?
Send him to me right now.
You going?
Baby,
Oh
put
man.
your shit on and go home.
Yeah.
Put your shit on and go home.
But wait. Let's
I
okay. So
don't
let's
give a
be fair.
damn
Let's be fair.
how
Let's
many
be fair.
times you send him to
No,
me.
no, no,
No,
no, Lady
no.
Lisa. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
I
She
don't
said she was
give a
18.
damn how
No,
many times.
she said she was 18 though. She said she was 18.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's be fair.
I need to see some ID.
Yeah, he didn't.
You don't look
Yeah, you're right.
18. I need to see
You're
some
right.
ID because that
You're right.
baby didn't look nowhere near 18.
You're
I
right.
need to see some. Listen,
Check this
and,
out though.
and,
I'll
and
take
and I
legal partner.
promise you, hold on. Let me just say this. And this is the absolute truth. And she is here right now. And she can tell you. My son had a girl here. His girl. First time he brought her here, right? This baby looked like she's 17 years old. Let me see your ID. And this just happened not long ago. She's here
Thank
right now. And she will tell you, wait a minute, baby. How old are you? She said, I'm 29 or something like that. 28, 29. That baby looks 16. Give me your ID. You got ID? She said, yes, ma'am. She whipped that bad boy right out.
You're right. So, especially when you just dodged the bullet from this '08 trial, I need to see your W-2. I need a urine sample, your
Hello?
ID, PPP
Hold on.
application, all types.
Look here. I got a motherfucker back here fingerprinting, okay? I got somebody that's fingerprinting.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell
You know what I'm saying? But now let me. I want to address that though. Okay, she said she was 18. Okay, had he, when he found out she was 17, sent her ass home and didn't bring her back, he could have had a defense.
So let me ask you
He
this.
could have had a
Would
defense.
it have mattered if he would have sent them home?
Let me ask you
I
this,
don't
Lady
think it
Alicia.
would have mattered.
but
I don't think it
but
would
you see here's the thing. Your thoughts have nothing to do with the law. He would have had a legal defense. Had she lied to him and told him she was 18 years old and he found out she wasn't and he sent her ass home and never brought her back, he would have had a legal defense.
Right.
You have a defense in law for that. You do.
Knowingly. Knowingly.
So the fact that instead of saying go home, holler at me when you're 18, he said go home and convince your parents to let you live with me.
And sign
But
this
yeah,
permission
he,
slip. And sign this.
in
Go ahead and
fact,
sign this.
right, right.
That fucked him up right there.
So,
Because don't know grown
because
ass motherfucker need a permission slip to do goddamn thing.
not a thing,
Yes,
not a
Lady
thing.
Bug 725. Free R. Kelly, goddammit. Y'all can keep on.
Yeah. Listen, um, it's a tough one.
So in other
He's
words,
not going to win this appeal.
due
Go
to
ahead.
the law, I want to make this clear because I have to make
Oh, I
this
need
sit in my
something to
mind
drink.
too. No matter if the girls lied about their age to get with him, they're not gonna hold the girls responsible. They
No, they're not going to hold
The
them
responsibility
responsible
is on the
hold
adult.
because the
him
responsibility is
responsible
on the
because
adult.
he's the adult.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. The
They are.
responsibility is
all
on the
of these
adult.
girls, yeah. So
So
lying, even though you lied to get with him,
yeah, she told the truth though. But even
don't
You
if she
do
matter.
lied,
not.
It
even
don't
if she
matter.
lied, hold on, Miss April. Even if she lied, the
Is there no cold
responsibility
water in there?
the responsibility is on the adult. This is
Well,
such a
and that's
thing.
what I'm saying. And
Right.
they might
Right.
need
So,
to look at that law.
Not
right.
one, is it?
But the
Girl, I drank them
responsibility
all
is on the
last
adult, and
night.
it don't take that much of responsibility to prove it. Just let me see your ID. It's not like he just got to do all this crazy stuff. That's all right. Let me see your ID.
Thank you.
It's really that simple.
It is really that simple. It really is that simple. And I agree with you, Robert, especially coming off of that case. And,
Right.
and
He just dodged the bullet.
you just dodged a bullet and you went and loaded the damn chamber. I mean, really. And see, I think, and I've said this before, I think it's because he had no culpability legally. He had no culpability. And I think that's why he continued, because no one anywhere held him accountable.
Let me give you an example, Miss April. If you go to a bar and you really are 18 and you tell the bouncer you 21 and they let you in and then check your ID, they going and their responsibility was to verify that and don't take your word for it, or they gonna get fined and lose their license and whatever come with that. So just because
Exactly.
somebody lied to you, as the adult, you are the responsibility is on you, and it's not a
And,
lot of
and
things that you have to do. Let me see your ID. Just that
Now,
simple.
there
blue
isn't
sky
a lot of things that you have to
saying
do.
blue, 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 blue skies is saying, you know, she lied. So how can these people be looked at as credible people when they
I'm
lie?
going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because she was a teenager. You didn't lie as a teenager. And this is why they do not charge children with the same capacity of responsibility as they do adults. Because you just don't have it. You're a child.
Well,
Children lie.
it's
Children
funny.
sneak around. Children do all of those things. That's what they do. because they're freaking children, because they do not fully grasp the consequences of their actions, because
It's
they
funny
don't
how they
have
say they
the
lied.
mental capacity to do that.
Indy, um, Robert Keller is my guest. I don't, um, I don't know. I want him here on my channel. So, whatever you feel about him, please take that somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
No,
they love to
I
hate me.
want to
I'm
ask.
used
I
to it.
know. I
I'm
want
used
to.
to
I
that.
want to
They
ask.
don't bother me.
I want to ask Indy a question. Why is it that you? What is it that he's manipulating? What is it that you
I
think
only
Robert is manipulating?
I only appear on man. You know what I mean? People won't let me on their channels. I just got kicked out of Depot channel a couple weeks ago. So
I don't understand what it is and I really
You
want
know,
to know that.
I
What is
had
it
some
that you
hard,
feel that
I
he's
had
trying
some
to
hard pills
manipulate?
to swallow. I had to realize the law is the law. The law is to protect minors. It don't matter if they lie. What the law is, there's no laws that that says children that lie. Uh, you have to look at
Can't
them.
be credible.
They, you know,
Children that lie can't be credible. They can never have any credibility. Like, do you know how asinine that sounds? Children lie from the
I
moment
think
they
what
can
it is,
talk. Didn't I tell you not to get that cookie? Did you get that cookie? Nope. Crumbs all over their damn face and hands.
well,
is
I
It's
think
what
what
they
people
do.
have a problem with is when
I
you
don't
say
remember, I don't
children,
remember who it was
like
I was telling. I was
they're
just
looking
telling
at,
somebody the other day. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were
yeah,
talking
they're
delayed. Go
looking
ahead.
at
I'm
people.
sorry.
They're looking at kids like 7, 8, 9 when you say children, but up until the age of what is it, Illinois, you are considered a minor slash child, right? But
Absolutely.
right, but
Absolutely.
when they
And
say
and
and then when
that's
people
just
say,
of
"Oh,
legal
he did
age.
this
Now, if
to
you
little
wanna,
girls and little boys," you're looking at when they say, you know, our interpretation of little is kids 5, 6, 7, 8, little kids, not teenagers.
nobody said little. We said children are under the age of 18. That's what the hell a child is.
Right.
Now, whether you
that's
agree with
love
it or
game.
not, that's what a child is, under the age of 18. Now,
That's
if
love
you want to
game
go
when they don't want to
medical,
address the
they
issue.
will tell you exactly. If you want to go even further than that, that's just a damn state law that says that's when they're legal. You've got other states that say they're not legal until 21. You've got doctors that say, you know, they can't even think and process things as an adult until they're at least 25. So I really think that the law should be made. They should not be of considered an adult until they can. I'm sorry. They shouldn't be considered an adult until they can reason as an adult.
Oh shit!
And the
Some
doctors
people be
say
50.
the
Some people be
doctors
50
say
years
they
old
don't
now. They
have.
adult.
That's something.
No,
Some
no, no,
people
no,
50
no, no,
years
no,
old
no.
and still have
I mean, no, 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 no. I mean, as according to medical science. So,
Shit, I
if
see some
medical
bloggers on here.
science says, no, I said according to medical science. If medical science says that you do not have the reasoning of an adult until your frontal cortex is developed at 25, I don't think you should be a damn adult until you're 25.
Well, I see some 50-year-olds. They shit ain't developed.
Well, no, they just slow. You understand? There's a difference between being able to and not doing.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? There's
Hmm.
a big difference. You're able to reason as an adult. You just choose not to because you like being a damn fool.
That's what Martin Luther King said. Stupidity versus conscientiousity. Stupidity.
They get charged as adults for murder crimes at the age of 12. Really? Where?
What she
Show
say?
me that. Blue Sky says they get charged as adults for murder at the age of 12. Where?
They go to
Where?
juvenile until they 18.
Where?
So juvenile, there's no juvenile.
No, they can be charged as an adult. Uh, they can be charged as an adult even if they're juvenile. It depends on the crime and the circumstances surrounding it. But I have not seen anybody. I have not. That don't mean it has never happened. I've not seen anyone charged as an adult under the age of 15. And I've seen very few at 15 charged as an adult. It has to be an extremely heinous crime. I personally don't believe in that.
Yeah, and
I don't. I don't
so
believe in
they,
charging children as adults. I don't.
but they passed it for murder. They haven't passed it for lying. I guess that's what they trying to say. So what
So they're
you
trying
can
to
do,
justify. The reason
what you
they
can
said that is
do
they're trying to
is
justify.
write your congressmen, your senators, and everything, and you can ask for that law, for that to be put in law.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you don't agree with the
I mean,
law,
if you don't like any
go
of
to
these
your local
laws,
congressman
like
and tell them
it's a
that,
lot of things I don't agree with.
and tell
They
them that you
can't
want it to
preach
be
at age
okay to have sex
21,
with a
but
15-year
they
old.
can
Now,
go
you may
to the
go to
war.
jail by saying some shit like that, but give it a shot. May fuck around and lock your ass up.
They'll be watching your ass. Let's tap into this motherfucker's internet. They will be watching your
Go to the
ass.
local
Anything in
town
this
hall
case,
and
I
tell your
mean,
congressman, goddamn, lower the age of consent. Make it okay for a goddamn 12-year-old with a 13-year-old to have sex. 15-year-old with a grown ass man. See how that work out for you.
You know what I find, and I found it actually right here. I will never forget all the women who commented one day. We did a show. All the women who had been with men, with grown ass men when they were just a child, and they thought it was okay.
Yep.
It was the majority of them. They thought it was perfectly okay.
Yep.
And they talked about how their moms were with, their dads. Like, oh, my mom was just 14, my dad was 30, and they've been together 50 years. Okay. What does that mean? I mean, she's been conditioned for 50 damn years. You know, people try to justify everything. That doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it okay. But you want to call other people's parents bad parents when your mama letting your little ass run around with a grown ass man. But somebody else's parents are bad parents.
I mean, I
yeah,
don't think.
whatever you don't like from this case, go talk to your local state officials. Get out of my chat with all of this stuff.
Karen J, that's what I thought. Karen J says over 500. I read that. I thought I did. Yeah, I
Oh,
read that. Yeah, it was over 500.
so what the hell? What the hell? Well,
And we got way off track. Let's get back to
Now,
hey, rocking with the truth. Didn't see
yeah.
you either. GA girl, Karen J. I miss all
So
the Karens. I miss all the Karens. I do. Um, because we kind of went in a whole different direction.
So,
April had asked,
do you
have
think
they?
she's gonna get a new trial?
Absolutely not.
You know what? A part
Absolutely
of
not.
me, a part of me want him to get a new trial just to see what Bojean can do with this shit. And she's supposed to be
Well, she's not a
Superwoman.
trial. No, she's not a trial attorney.
She's a
Is she
defense
a
attorney
trial
too.
attorney?
Yeah, she's going to do his Illinois case. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see how she gonna handle this shit.
Listen, I think she will handle herself very well. I do. I think she'll handle herself very well.
Oh, she's
I
gonna get
need
past them
one of them
tapes.
back.
Gonna get past all them tapes.
No, wait,
I
I
want
got
to see
one.
this shit.
I got one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Um, I'm not saying all of that, but I'm saying I think she will do very well. She is she's very well seasoned. She's well versed. Um, I think she'll do well. I do. Now,
How
do I
long was
think she's
Candy?
gonna get an acquittal? Hell no. But I think
I
she's
mean,
gonna do very
I
well.
think I would say this. Given the circumstances, I think Candy did good.
Boy, bye.
Key word: given the circumstances.
Listen, I can't even say that
Yeah,
because
Kenneth worked with what he had in
I
Illinois in
can't
a month.
listen,
He
His
didn't have
plan
listen,
of
much to work with.
attack.
listen,
So based
listen.
on what he had to work with,
When you
I
no,
got to applaud him.
no,
I got to applaud him.
no, absolutely not. When you don't have nothing to work with, then goddamn it, you find it and make it. Kaganick went in there with the YouTube defense, and you
Shit,
can't say he didn't.
that's all he had. Shit, that's all he had.
He went in there. I I was absolutely stunned and appalled at the same damn time. He literally went in there with the YouTube defense. You went in there with information off a bunch of people who do nothing but sit up and spew misinformation all day, every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That was,
575
yeah, I knew I
prospects.
seen over 500. I knew I did.
I don't know what the fuck I got 200 from.
I remember some things I read. I don't remember everything now, but I remember some things jump out at you. And I said,
No,
damn, over 500? Yeah. But no, I really want to get back to, because April had asked a question about the government responding to Bojean about the jurors, and I don't think we ever answered that. We went way left into something else. But yeah, they did respond to that, and on that, I think that they, they had great support on their position. And we all watched it play out. I don't think they were ineffective in their juror selection. You know, um, they omitted jurors for cause. They asked for more questions. They asked for the questionnaire to be rewritten. They asked for, amendments to it. They asked for additional questioning.
Exactly.
That's not being
Exactly.
ineffective.
So
That's not being
you're right.
ineffective.
You're right. So it was 500 perspective. Then they had a joint list of 251.
Okay,
Uh,
gotcha.
so I guess they had their list of out of the 575, and prosecutors had theirs. And out of that, they submitted additional, like right here, yeah, put additional challenges, questions they submitted. So yeah, this is very intense. This
Right.
wasn't the average, you know, uh, jury duty you go
Jury
to where you
selection.
just
Right.
got one page. No, this is very vetted, very vetted.
I have another question to ask y'all. Dang it, I'm getting a brain freeze. Oh, why hasn't any of the jurors spoke out about the case?
See, she was.
I don't
He's.
I, I don't know. I don't know
I
if they
wouldn't.
They
have an
not talk
order not
about
to
it.
speak. We don't
I
know.
find that pretty strange.
I
That
wouldn't.
I don't
These
I don't
crazy
find it
motherfuckers.
strange. I don't
because
find it
after
strange.
all cases, The jurors will
you see these
come
crazy
out and
supporters?
However,
let you.
and you're right. However, there has never been supporters in any case that we know of like it is in this case. You don't think they know about motherfuckers going to blow up cars and set fires to houses and shit, and people showing up at folks' jobs, and and I mean, come on, come on. These damn supporters are throwing bricks
They were probably advised not
at the
to.
damn insane asylum.
They was already
So
looking for them in
why would
court,
I? Right, right.
filming them
They're
and shit.
looking for them in court. They're filming them. They're trying to identify them. Wasn't that in the court record? I
No, it
thought
wasn't
I
in the court.
read something about that. No, I thought
That
I
no, it
read
was
something
on
about
live. We
somebody.
saw with our own eyes on live.
But I thought I read something about it in somebody's. I have to check it out, but I think I did. I could be wrong, but I think I did.
Hey,
But
Bonnie.
who would come out and say I was a juror on this case? The entire point of them being anonymous was so they could be anonymous.
Right, defeat the whole purpose.
It was very intentional and for a very good reason and more than the usual reason. So I don't find it strange at all that I go on TV and say, yeah, I was one of the jurors, and here you got 3 or 4 goddamn nut jobs sitting behind the computer with facial recognition software.
Yeah, these are some doxy motherfuckers. So
I'm
shit.
telling you. I'm telling you.
Sharice, yes, in front of that courthouse was wild. And if them people say that they was R. Kelly supporters, I don't know what the fuck that shit was about. Them wasn't no supporters in my book.
Indy says the media has crucified him. The documentary was not balanced. Anyone has something positive to say was not allowed to give an interview. And that may be very true. However, the documentary wasn't at the trial.
I think the trial was worse than the documentary.
Baby, on every level. On every level. On every level. Hey, Mom Life.
So,
Hey, Miss Country Bay Forever. Okay, Miss Country Bay.
so now they're trying to say people was asking for his autograph and the lawyer's autograph. Some of the jurors. Does that have an effect?
It come down to, are they able to be unbiased at the end of the day?
Yeah, at the
None more,
end
none
of the
less.
day, regardless of what you think or what you feel or how you interpret it or what you think it should be, the bottom line is if a juror tells you that no matter what they know, they can be unbiased, that's it. They can be a juror. And you got to understand, while people are saying these things now, you had his damn defense team there. He had his attorneys there accepting and rejecting jurors.
Okay, let me ask you
So
a
had
question.
they thought it was a
So
problem with the
is
juror,
that part
they
of
would have gotten rid of them for cause.
yeah? Now is that part of the if ineffective counsel? Like they
It's
should
election.
have asked the jurors certain questions.
Does the juror, the juror, they saying that his defense counsel shouldn't have seated
Yeah,
side
that's part of it, April. Yes.
jurors.
Okay.
Yes. Because she's saying it was ineffective counsel because I guess they didn't choose the jurors properly, or they didn't question the jurors properly, or that they allowed jurors that they should
But that's
not have
hindsight.
allowed.
He's saying that in hindsight.
That and that's not her call. That's not her call. She was not, she was not one of his attorneys. So to say Why they chose the jurors that they chose, that's not her call.
So the government is arguing that is their it was their strategy
And it
on
very well could have been.
who they seat and who they didn't seat, and you can't say bad strategy is ineffective counseling.
Absolutely. That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Because if you get somebody on a jury, if you think that either way, if you think, hey, we're going to let this juror on because they watched the documentary, therefore we think they're biased, so we're going to claim that they're biased in the appeal. That's strategy.
Do you
So
think
if
any of
you
the
let them
jurors,
on,
do
So let
y'all
me.
think any of the jurors were paid?
They get a daily. What you mean by paid though? Paid by who?
I don't know. You know,
Well,
they
they
got
they,
all
they
kind
get
of
a per
jurors. I'm
diem.
just asking y'all.
They get a per diem.
no, no. What she's saying is what
Were they paid to
this is
find
this
him?
this is what she's trying to put out there, and this is the part I hate. Okay,
No,
this is the
I'm
your
asking the
They
narrative
got a
is
per
no, you're
diem.
putting out a narrative
That's it.
that the jurors were paid to find him guilty. That's your narrative.
no, I'm
Just
asking because we
But as far as they payment
but why
compensation,
are you asking? You're asking so you can get that narrative out there because you
no,
know these damn
no, the
fools are going to
narrative
jump
is
on it.
already out there.
so they
No,
got
it's
per
not.
diem for their compensation, and they got to eat for free, and they got lodging and all that shit.
No,
That's
what
Yes,
she's
I've
no,
served jury duty before.
what she's
Yeah,
saying is, do you think that the jurors were paid to find him guilty? Is that not your question?
that's my question.
That's what I thought it was.
uh, well, not that I know of. Now it was
Okay.
rumored. It was rumored in the '08 trial that the juror was, I won't say paid, but they used uh what's the word,
He,
compromise
yeah,
to
they were
to
compromised because he sent a message to the juror that,
but it was to
indirectly
say
that
that
he
he
could
was
pay for their vote of not guilty.
right.
Now, I don't know who would have paid a juror to find him guilty because listen, all of these narratives, they just don't hold up because what you're saying is they paid a juror or two or even three.
Well, because they claimed like
Okay,
they paid the
hold
jurors
on.
in 2008.
Pardon me?
Well,
Say that
well,
again.
okay, keep going.
No, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
No, it
Okay.
was rumored in 2008 that he paid the jurors.
Right.
So why can't
Well,
it
he attempted.
this
He
time the
no,
government pay the
he
jurors?
he didn't pay the because the government has their case.
Okay.
He's trying to get his ass out of jail. The government ain't going to jail. When the feds come and get you, they got their case.
Right.
Whether you agree with it, whether you don't, they got their case, and that guilty verdict proves that. When the feds come and get you, case is made. The case is made. And it may not even be made by however the case is made. The case is made. When they indict you, when the feds indict you, the
So
case is made. It's over.
they not, and and that's another thing on there's a lot of people that say that, why they take so long, and no, they want to make sure their case made. They're not gonna
And
rush
that's
the judgment.
exactly it. That's
They don't like
exactly
losing.
it.
They ain't in the game to
They
lose.
they are not in the game to lose. They are gonna cross every I. Sorry, my phone's ringing. They're gonna dot every I and cross every T. And if it takes them 10 years, 15 years, 20 years,
They got the
they're gonna
resources to do that.
investigate you.
State don't have that option. They don't have the resources for the long game. Government do.
They're gonna investigate you until that case is made. They don't care how long it takes. I was listening to Diva Divine's show a while back. This was before I left. and she has that attorney on. I can't recall her name. I'm
Esquire.
sorry.
Esquire.
Esquire.
Yeah, I like her.
And going through the documents from the federal government, she stated they had been investigating him for 21 years. 21.
I
But
didn't know it was that
yet,
long.
21 years.
Oh, wait.
But
So let's do the
yet,
math.
but
So he was
yet,
acquitted in '08, right?
wait a minute. Wait, let me finish. Federal government has been investigating him for 21 years, but yet you all want to claim that he was only arrested because of a damn documentary. A 21-year investigation. Now go ahead, Robert. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that long. But
She said
that's the difference
21
between the
years.
government and the state. That's the difference.
Because they really do have, even though they say they don't, they lying. They have unlimited resources.
The state?
No, the federal government.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying.
No, the federal government. Defendants have to pay for their defense. And I don't care how good their attorneys are supposed to be. When it comes down to them dollars and cents, they cannot match what the government can do, in terms of, legally. They can't match them. So, what are you going to do? You do the best that you can, but they're never going to match the federal government's resources.
Right. If you were seated, you think you could be unbiased based on your
Me?
knowledge of you? Yeah.
Absolutely not.
What about you, Miss April?
I'm not even going to tell that lie. Absolutely
I ain't
not.
gonna tell that lie.
Me either.
I ain't even
Me
gonna
either.
tell that lie.
I'm going to let them know. Nope. Now,
No,
You're not gonna look at that. You don't even need to look at the evidence.
I live in the city of Chicago.
No.
So
Okay.
you would have made the questionnaire.
I couldn't have been.
I would have never made the questionnaire.
Yeah.
I would have told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And they would have said,
No.
this chick is
I got
crazy,
issues with the
biased,
government
get her the hell
timing
out of here.
and stuff, so no.
I'll buy his ass up out of here.
No,
Get her biased ass out of here.
yeah. They would have
Oh,
laughed
man.
at me too.
Thank you so much, dear.
Yeah.
Okay, lock me up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
I got issues with the
Yeah.
United States government, so no.
I don't, look, I don't have those type of issues with the United States government. I do have, I have my issues with the legal system, period. But again, it's the best legal system in the world. With all of its flaws, it's the best legal system in the world.
Cool.
Karen J has a question. Did the feds pay a former employee
$500 to
$500
testify.
to testify?
Anybody remember that from the transcripts? I don't remember that from the transcripts. But I have to say, Karen J, I really didn't read all of them. Robert, do you know anything about that?
I think they paid like specialists that they brought on the stand.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a specialist. One of those sisters that used to work for RSK. One of the twins? Are you talking about one of the Mayweather twins?
Yeah, no, they don't gotta pay them. Shit, you got to subpoena their ass. That don't make sense. Like, if they don't want to testify, they just subpoena their ass, and they really don't have a choice to.
Well, they have a choice to testify. They just don't have a choice as to whether or not they'll show up.
They can plead the fifth once they get there, but they gonna have to.
Yeah, they got to show up.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I didn't read that.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Well,
Somebody said I believe it
all I
was
can
that
say
therapist.
is, at this time in my life, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I can't say that about in the past, but I'm too old to go to jail, and I'm going
I'm
to,
too old and too cute. Shit.
yeah, to go to jail. So
Yes.
I'm a law-abiding citizen now. Yeah.
I don't think anyone will lie in court for $500.
Much as some of the laws I don't like, but again, like they changed the statute of limitations. It used to be 7 years in the state of Illinois. There
I
is
think
no statute of limitations
I
in
think it was
Illinois.
20 years at first. Then they changed it to no.
No, it wasn't 20 years at first. No, 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 no,
It was
no.
7.
No. It was nowhere near 20 years at first.
For
It
minors.
wasn't
No, for
it
minors.
wasn't
For
that long.
minors.
Okay,
No,
okay, okay, okay. I'm
for
sorry.
minors, not sexual assault. I'm talking about for minors.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
and then they changed it to unlimited, and that the unlimited still applied to. I think it's only like what they call it, first degree sexual assault. So got to be like some type of penetration, uh, something like that. It's not all sexual assault.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's in the statute
I don't know about that.
for minors. I'm talking about minors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I thought it was 7 years before, but I guess I'll have to look
But
that.
when they changed that statute in Illinois, he get indicted directly after.
Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And they made sure they changed that statute so they could get his ass.
I mean, that statute, existed in other states. It just didn't make it to Illinois yet.
It doesn't matter because Illinois is the one that counted. You see, it
Right, right,
doesn't
right, right, right,
matter.
right.
You know, they changed that statute for his ass. Trust what I tell you.
I don't think it was for him. I just think eventually it was going to reach Illinois,
It
slowly
could have
but
been
surely.
five. It could have been 5 years down the road.
Now they probably
They.
expedited it for his ass,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
but I think
That's what I'm saying. That's
uh,
exactly what I'm saying. Do you know how long they had that fucking law up for review? You know how many years it had been? They did that just to get his ass. They're like, we want this motherfucker and we want to make sure when we get him, it sticks.
do you see anything problematic that Bojean presented for the government so far? I know you haven't read everything, but you read so far.
I haven't read anything. I haven't read Bojean's motions. I haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
I
you
I
haven't read
just
that
got
yet.
them. I just got them from you last night, and I told you I didn't get through the first page
Oh, I
because
didn't
when
even give
I
you
saw
Bojean. I just
when
gave you
I
this to finish. I
oh
mean,
well I need
prosecutor.
hers too. Give me hers too. I haven't read that. I've heard it read on like I've heard people read
Oh,
it,
okay.
but I'm one of those. I can listen to you and I can hear you, but I got to read it for myself. I
Exactly.
got to see it
Exactly.
and read it for myself.
I ain't going to
Um,
read 109 pages.
oh, I'm gonna read that shit, baby.
Mm-mm.
All 100. I thought it was 106. However many it is, I'm reading them. I just hope that I don't
You
come
ain't gonna be able to
across
stop.
anything
You ain't gonna be
what
able to
I
stop.
feel. I know. I hope I don't come across anything what I feel is contradictory because it'll take me 6 months to read the damn thing. I got where do they cite that case law on that page? Like in the middle or right after the middle of the page? That's as far as I got, y'all. First damn page.
For the four deer.
No. For the wait a minute.
That's what they
Uh
was talking about. You talk about the I mean, I think they started off talking about the voir dire in the beginning.
No, they were talking about, well, no, they were talking about the one that I read, the first page. It was in reference to the new trial, uh, based on, yeah, I guess that was the voir dire. Um, yeah, based on ineffective counsel. So yeah, they were claiming ineffective counsel because of the juror selection. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one. I didn't get I didn't get to the bottom of the first page because I'm what I do because I don't. It just so happened I remembered that case law because the Gotti case was such a big part, such a big thing for me back then. So I just happened to remember that case law. But trust and believe me, we don't remember the case laws. So when I read that, and if a case law isn't very familiar to me, I look it up because I have to see what it actually says. So it takes me a bit longer, you know, to read through because I'm just not going to read through. When I get to the case law, I'm going to look that damn case law up because I need to know.
Are you talking about
As
the Gabino?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Let me look at this shit right
Oh,
now.
I'm gonna say, like when I was looking at the documents, um, and then on the side where
That's a lot of shit.
they mentioned different
No, you
cases.
got to go down to the one to 835
where
F2D,
where where
uh
he was
46
trying
and
to say
49.
that the RICO had never been used before. The
What the
government,
hell about what about Einstein? What about Rainier? What
so
about
yeah,
Weinstein? Like, I mean Epstein.
Oh, they say that they was just sacrifice to get to R. Kelly.
Robert,
Hey,
don't
hey, hey! Don't
Robert.
shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what they
They
say.
sacrificed two multi-billionaire white men for little old black ass R. Kelly. Y'all
Little
need to
old black
quit
ass R.
playing.
Kelly,
Y'all
and
need
not
to
just
quit
R. Kelly.
playing.
Bill
He is
Cosby too.
only important to you all.
Well, they needed Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, so they had to sacrifice them white people first to get to Bill Cosby and
Oh,
little old
cut
R.
it out.
Kelly.
I cannot. Cut it out. Cut it out.
yeah, most of
I
the
was just
people
I
they
was just
did
talking to my assistant today about people with conspiracy theories and how
Oh man, they the
I'm not
worst.
doing them. I'm
They
not
the
doing it.
worst.
I'm not doing it.
I said, give me a migraine.
I'm not doing it.
It's a
Mm-mm.
bottomless pit. Like it just
Because
uh,
I don't know if you were there or if you had left Angie's show last night. And then I told Angie, when you argue with a fool, then you got two. So I'm not doing that. I'm not entertaining no damn conspiracy theories. I'm not answering no damn questions regarding no damn conspiracy theories. It is idiotic and foolish. Like he's so goddamn important. You got several different departments of the federal government going after poor little R. Kelly because he's such a fucking threat. Get the hell out of here.
and they was investigating him for 21 years before.
Miss Esquire said 21 years. I will never forget that. And I said, damn, I knew it had been a while. When I found out, because I don't know if all of you know this, but you should because I've said it many, 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 many times. When this case first started, when they first arrested R. Kelly, I felt a lot like some of you. I felt that they averted the law to get him. Not that I ever thought he was innocent. I have never thought he was innocent of anything that he was ever accused of. But again, being about the law, I thought they averted the law to get him. and I wasn't going to have that. If you're going to get him, then goddamn it, you get him legally. I don't give a damn if you get him legally, if you lock him up and throw away the key. If you did it the right way. If you did it legally, I've got no problem with it. But I had a big problem because I thought that they averted the law to get him. When I personally found out, I think the investigations that I saw was over 10 years old. And that's when I backed up. Because I knew then it was not what I thought it was. But when she came out and she was going through it, Miss Esquire on Diva Divine's channel, shout out to Diva Divine, she went through it. She said 20 or 21 years. It was 20 or 21. 21 is sticking out to me though. And I said, damn, really? Because at that point, my thought was over 10 years old. I'm done. You know, okay, I got my answers. I'm done. I never went beyond that to see actually how long it had been. But yeah, she said 20 or 21 years. I don't know why everybody wants to call me right now. If I were not doing this, no one would call.
So I'm reading this while you're talking, right?
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot in here. So I
No,
went to B, right? I went to B. You said go to B, right?
I
Where you say go
said,
to?
wait a minute. Oh no, I gave you the wrong one. I'm sorry. Hold
Say
on,
B
cause
motion for. So I went to where it says B motion for a
no.
new trial.
Oh, you're in the response.
Where it says B motion for new trial, and it is so much in here. Uh, it's a lot.
Hold
What
on.
to
Well,
go
see, I can't even go to it because it's on my phone and I can't go to it on
it go
this.
from 52 to
Okay, listen. No.
65.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the very first
So,
page,
so, so,
and the law that
yeah.
they're
With
citing is
all of the
US
stuff
versus
the government,
Gambino.
Right. But when I go for the motion for the new trial, 'cause that's what they were arguing, right? New trial, right?
right? A new trial or a
So
court
when I go to
martial.
Um
that portion of it, for
mhm.
the new trial portion, there's a lot of arguments in here. And one of the arguments was that would that have changed the outcome of the
Right.
verdict?
But see, that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I know that. And that is the standard. What they're claiming the attorney's ineffectiveness, would their ineffectiveness have changed the outcome of the verdict? That's the standard. So, not rejecting one juror would not have changed the outcome of the verdict because it is
Well,
very unlikely that one juror can persuade 11.
no, I think it was like she had like five of the motherfuckers that she was trying that said should have been seated.
But
So
that's not
basically,
her call. She was not.
She's doing it in hindsight. She's doing it
Exactly. She's
in
doing it in
perfect
hindsight.
hindsight.
Exactly. She was not the trial attorney. She does not know the reasonings for accepting the jurors.
Right. In hindsight, we know what he said didn't work
Everything,
out for
of course. I
but you
mean,
can't use hindsight.
you can't use hindsight. Hindsight is always, perfect vision. But when you're in it and you're doing it, you don't have hindsight. So she can't speak to what those attorneys' reasons were for choosing or rejecting the jurors.
So
Because
let me ask you
everything is
this.
strategy, or it
Let
should
me let me
be.
let me ask you this. When you're doing jury selection,
Hmm.
Is that strictly strategy, or is I mean I know strategy is a part of it, but is it majority? How much strategy weigh in there is what I'm really trying to ask. How much is that the strategy?
You know what? I think that really, I think it depends. I think it's a case by case basis. It depends on the evidence that they have. It really does just depend, you know, because you may be in a position where, you feel strongly about getting an acquittal. But I
And
think that jury selection is a major part. I think it plays a major part regardless. I
the
think it plays a major part of the strategy, absolutely, because it's all strategy. It really is.
the prosecutors or the government, they quoted some questions that should have been looked at that was unfavorable to them, and they still
Right,
received. So it's like kind
right.
of go both ways. It go both ways.
It
They're
does
gonna
go
have
both ways. It absolutely goes both ways. You know, the government is going to have jurors that they don't want on the jury. The defense is going to have jurors that they don't want on the jury. Don't matter if you don't want them. Can they be impartial?
right.
That's the standard. That's the thing that says, yes, they can be seated as jurors.
Okay,
Now,
I have
if you
another.
don't believe that they're going to be impartial, you have a defense to that.
Exactly.
I have
And you
another
can tell
question
them
to
why
ask.
you feel you don't
But
think this
because they
juror is
saw
going to be
surviving R. Kelly.
impartial,
Because they
even
saw
though
surviving R. Kelly. That's why.
that's not a reason.
Well, that's her argument. Nobody, she said, nobody should have been seated that saw surviving R. Kelly.
That's bullshit. Because she could have seated five of his goddamn supporters and they saw surviving R. Kelly. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And this is the problem that I have.
She just can't see Lady Alicia.
Now, you damn sure can't see Lady Alicia. No, you cannot.
I have
No.
a question. So,
And I'm
is
not going to
there?
lie just to get on the jury to find him guilty either.
Most people don't want to do jury, so
I have a quick question. So now that Bojean, the government has responded. So
Bonbons and Juju Beans. That
yeah.
is her
So
official, unofficial name.
now
Bonbons and Juju Beans.
can does Bojean does she now answer them back?
yeah, she got a rebuttal.
So
Yes.
Bojean, and then that's when the decision will be made if he can get a new trial.
I'm pretty
And
sure they're going to have a rebuttal to the rebuttal.
So we're gonna go back and forth.
no, it's stopping point.
No,
It's
we're not going to go back and forth because the judge is going to tell them what it's going to be.
right.
So
You know.
it's gonna be up to Ann Donnelly
Yeah, this the
whether
whole.
Yes.
They writing this to her.
Yes.
She
Yes.
and that's the thing. There's a lot of things that, for example, let's use the jury selection for example. The anybody can strike because of cause.
I know
Uh,
Karen J. I
that
honey, I don't know nothing about the law. I'm
so
just
the
asking
government can
how
strike
long
as a
is the,
cause.
the game gonna be played or
The
going.
defense and Auntie Anne. So it's like she speaking out against her too. So she ain't finna. It's gonna be highly unlikely that she's gonna overturn herself.
It is going to be highly
And
unlikely.
that's why I asked that question since she is citing
Yeah,
um
she's bringing to
Yes,
Auntie Anne. She
yes,
want Auntie
yes.
Anne to
will
say
Ann make the decision.
she
Yes,
want
Auntie
Auntie
Anne
Anne.
shall make the decision. And this is what I find so absolutely insane about it. Supporters, ever since this trial began, has talked about how unfair she was, how biased she was, how she needed to be removed, how she hated R. Kelly, all of these things the entire time of trial. But yet, Bojean puts in one motion and you trust this same biased, unfair judge. Oh, she helped the prosecution. Let's not leave that one out. They said she helped the prosecution. She was biased. She was unfair. She needed to be removed. Her daughter worked on Surviving R. Kelly, the documentary. They said all types of things about this judge, but yet here you are trusting that same judge to set him free. Make that make sense to me. Make it make sense.
Right. Not
And you
only
want to
that,
know why I think y'all insane.
not only that, let's say none of those elements even existed. For the judge to say, "Fuck the jury,"
Right.
and we're gonna turn this to a bitch trial, and I'm gonna make the decision. That bar had to be set so fucking high for her even to disqualify the jury.
Indy is trying to say the appellate court has the final say, not
Yeah,
your auntie.
right. So that's the next step. It's the
Well,
appellate
that's the
court.
next step. That's
So
the
yeah,
next step.
but right now, before sentencing, this is the step before she can sentence him, and that's where we at right now. So she haven't did her appeal yet. We'll look at that when she do it. But as of right now, this is the post conviction motion.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
she
it
will
does go.
decide. I'm sorry, go
So,
ahead.
um, so at the sentencing, I'm like Karen Jace. It goes to the appellate court.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't
And they
know if
they will
I would be too friendly to
and they
somebody
will probably only look at it
put
if it was a
my name and
violation of his
stuff
rights. So
like
she have to
I
find
didn't
that.
do my job. Hey, did they answer where they said about his constitutional rights?
The Sixth Amendment was she was saying that the Sixth Amendment was the one that was being violated for ineffective counseling. That was one of the argument, and the other one was that um, conflict. You have the right for conflict free attorney with Nicole. So those are the two that she's arguing for his constitution as far as the Sixth Amendment. But they did
Dead
address both of those.
dead in the water. Listen,
He's saying it was unwaivable. She even got the decision to waive it.
it's not unwaivable. It is not unwaivable. I don't know where she got that, and did
He didn't give anything to back up
she
to
couldn't.
say
I was
why
gonna
it should
say
be
I'm
unwaivable.
really interested to see the case law that she cited to support that. I'm very interested to see that. What was it,
Well,
Keller?
Atmos
What was
Atmos
the case law that
I
Bojean
don't
cited to
remember.
support it?
I don't remember, but I know they said it was misapplied.
Okay.
So Atmos going to be reading that later tonight.
Yeah,
Uh,
I won't be able to make that.
got the replay.
Yeah, I'll be in there. I'll be listening as they read. I don't. I want to hear word for word. Um, I don't want somebody picking out parts and telling
Wait,
me.
did he read that already? Did he read that already?
I want to hear everything
I
word
think he may have
for
read that
word,
already.
and I want somebody with legal experience to tell me what's going on, not not based off feelings of bloggers. I want the truth. I want what's being said, what the government, what she's saying, not nobody's interpretation of anything.
Right, right. Well, you know what? The government, in my opinion, okay, I don't know why you can't see what I'm trying to show you, Robert. It's the very first freaking page. Okay, you know the link that you sent me?
Hmm.
The very
I'm
first
gonna
link
put
that
my
you sent,
mic
or the
on mute.
last link that you sent me.
Okay.
It's on the very first page of that.
Right. So what I did is I pulled up that case law. I got the case law you're talking about. So I pulled up the case law of Thomas Gabino, and the appellate. You talking about the appellate, right?
It had to be an appellate
The courts of
ruling, yeah.
appeal. You talking about the courts of appeal one, right?
I don't
Second
know.
court, Second Circuit.
Yeah, Second Circuit, yeah.
So wait,
1995.
wait, 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 wait. So when you did your case law, did you look at the actual case, or did you look at the courts of appeal case
I
law?
looked at the actual case
Okay, so
because
I'm
that's
looking at the one at
because
the
that's
courts of
where
appeal.
no, no, no. I looked at okay, wait a minute.
So what I did is I took what they said, I copied it. You know the 59F.3D. I copied that and pasted it in Google, and this one came up:
But
United
it
States Courts of
but
Appeal,
okay.
second court.
But when you did the it's
So I think
oh
that's what
wait,
we're
it
not
is
seeing the same
fifty-nine
thing.
F3D and it's 330. I mean it's 353 and
S-
and
2D
364.
2DCIR,
1995.
right? Courts of Appeal for the Second Circuit. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I think you're looking
And
at the original case law.
probably
That's why we're not
probably.
seeing the same thing.
So what are you seeing?
So I'm looking at the United States Courts of Appeal case law, and then when I go down to the argument for, let me go back down. There's a lot of shit in here, so I didn't read everything. I just went down to motions for new trial. I felt like that's what they was talking about. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I didn't read everything. I just went straight to motion for new trial,
And
and
what does it say?
they got a lot of arguments in here. So I'm just skimming through it, and one of
Okay,
the
no.
arguments.
This should only be one argument and
Oh no,
it
this is a
should
lot.
only be no.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at something different. This is a
The
lot of
case
arguments.
law, okay, the case law that they cited.
I need to go on my other computer so I can share this. I'm on my phone.
The
And Big G, I'll
case
do it
law,
later.
the case law that they cited and it does have a lot, but that's why they tell you exactly where to find it. It's 353 and 364. So it
Yeah,
can't be a lot. It has to be 353 and 364.
I don't see none of that shit.
Okay.
We're looking at two different things.
Okay.
That's why.
Then okay. You typed in 59F 3D 353 364 2D Circuit 1995.
Let me see.
And it's is that United States versus Gambino?
Hold on, I'm gonna do this. See, I wish I was on my computer. I can share this shit. I'm just gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But that was for the jury selection though. They use that argument for the jury selection. I thought in the beginning you were saying they use that
No,
argument
no,
for
no.
conflict
They use that argument.
for
They use the argument to
ineffective
support
counseling
him. Right.
for the jury selection.
No. Well, wait a minute. Oh my God.
In the beginning, I thought you were saying they was using it for Nicole.
No, no, I never said that. They
Oh, okay.
use the argument. I mean, they use the case law to support the argument why he could not get a new trial under ineffective counsel.
Right, right. Okay. So when I read it, they were saying that when it, it had to affect the outcome or something.
Mm-mm.
The
No,
ineffective counsel had to affect the outcome of the verdict.
that's not the part. Look at where they cited the case law. Where they cited the case law, where the government cites United States versus Gambino, where the government cites that, right under that, they give their explanation. And it says, courts must exercise their Rule 33 authority sparingly and only in the most extraordinary circumstances.
Hold on. I'm trying to send it to you. You have to email it to me first so I can send it to you. Make sure this is the right shit. Oh, that's not even the goddamn. The fuck. I give up. I give up.
Okay.
They sent me the fucking whole docket. I ain't trying to get the docket. Oh wait. Maybe they didn't. That's it. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Alright, that's what I got. And
Okay, I just got it.
I think it's around 50 something. Did I send you the right shit?
No, you didn't.
Okay, I think I sent you the wrong thing. I give up. I'll do it later.
Wait a minute. No, wait a
No.
minute. Wait. Okay, wait. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send
I sent you the
you.
wrong shit.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna send you where I found it at the one.
Wait. It's not the wrong shit.
Where did Kelly go?
I don't know. I think we both got kicked out. I don't know what happened. I just got back in
Oh, okay.
because I just got booted out, and I'm like, what the heck happened? I'm just talking, and I wasn't even in the show.
Here, let me call her.
Guys, give me a second. I got a delivery coming. I'm gonna have to grab. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a quick second.
Oh, okay. So I'ma just talk until everybody comes back. I'm just
Oh,
trying.
okay.
Yeah, I want legal people giving me input on this. Um, you know, I want the real deal. Hold on. Now, Shaw Baby says that means they haven't been investigating him ever since 2001. I don't know how that comment came.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I put up Shaw Baby's comments.
That means that they have been investigating him ever since 2001. I don't know. I don't know. But she said 20 or 21 years. And I thought, wow, I didn't know it went back that far. Because she was reading something from the federal government. It was the federal government who said it. She was just reading it, and she did count up the years, and it was 20 or 21.
Oh, Keller said his phone died.
Oh, okay. Charge it up, baby. We need you. Charge it up. Yeah, and I just got booted out. Like
Okay. I
I
don't
was,
know what's going
I
on.
was talking 1 minute and gone the next. I'm like, Robert, are you there? April,
Okay. So we
and I
got
was
more
just
time.
gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Since since Ann Donnelly, if somebody send you this laugh, I'm being nice to you. Um,
You kill me with that. Ann Donnelly doesn't give
Auntie Ann,
a gosh darn what we're saying about her because it does
I'm
not.
just,
The
I have to
case
do
is
my little
over.
comedian.
She is not caring.
But
She is
but
not caring
we
at
love
all.
you, Ann. I don't care what nobody else has said about you, but I love you. And she still got the sisters up.
I said it would be here in a minute. He's rolling up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry. I got a delivery coming and I'm trying to get somebody to go downstairs and get it.
What you got? Food coming?
All this girl damn near every day. It is
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, Sharice. We call her Auntie Ann. Yeah.
Yeah, we call her Auntie Ann, and
Yeah.
I call Bojangles bonbons and juju beans because I don't like the Bojangles. They call them Bojangles. I call them bonbons and juju beans. That is her official, unofficial name.
So, do you think uh, that she did a good motion? I mean, when she put everything, do you think? I mean, looking from a legal side, I mean, did she?
I haven't read the motions in their entirety. I have not.
Okay.
I think again, it's strategy. It's strategy. She's doing what she needs to do to get what she wants. Is it a motion that's going to be granted? I would be stunned. I would be stunned. The motion's not going to be granted. You know,
Not by
again,
her, at least.
absolutely not by her. Absolutely not by her.
So they'll
But
have to
that's the
go.
process that she needs to go through to get to the appellate court.
Okay.
You know,
Hey, Fatima, how are you?
y'all don't be calling out Auntie Ann because if she come, what we gonna do? The time frame of 21 years sounds reasonable considering the incident when
Okay.
Rashonda happened back then.
All right. Boy,
Okay.
On my laptop.
Um, hey now. So glad you're back. Okay. Did you get
So now
the
that I'm on my laptop now, I can share my screen. So let me
okay.
show you
I
my
sent
phone
you the
charger.
link and I sent it to your phone so you can't get it, right?
Right.
Oh wow.
But
Because if you open that link, you will be exactly where I am and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Because I don't know what you're looking at. because
Well,
it's on the very first page.
now that I'm on my laptop, I can actually share my damn screen so I
If
can show you.
everybody can subscribe to Fatima's Kitchen, okay, let me share. Hold on. Okay, add to
So,
Karen just said, I saw it and didn't believe it. You saw what? The Esquire say that? What?
the
Okay.
documentary.
oh,
Karen,
this
oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Baby,
this
I
is
don't
what
know
I was
where I
looking at.
am.
I don't know if you're looking at the machine. I mean, at
Okay,
the
hold on.
screen.
Let me look at
I'm
it now.
taking
I'm
this.
in the
I'm
comments.
taking
Hang
all of
on.
this stuff.
Okay.
So I was looking at this portion of where it said
Oh, I
motion
could actually
for
see that
for a new
No,
trial.
that's not what I'm looking at all.
Okay, so that's why I figured we was looking at something completely different because right here it
We
says
What are
courts of
you
appeal.
looking at?
I'm
That's
telling you, look, it
Gambino.
says
No,
Gabino
you were no,
courts. Listen,
Robert, you
look,
were
look.
supposed to be looking at the government's response.
So when I went to the thing, I copy and paste
No, no,
exactly
no,
what they did, and this what came up.
no,
The
no,
courts of
no,
appeal, second
no.
court.
Listen to me. No, no, no. Listen to me. You were supposed to be looking at the government's response.
Exactly.
When they cite this,
Hey, Miss Margaret.
when they cite this case law,
Right. I copy and paste that the case
can
law
I
that they cited.
finish? Okay. No, please let me finish. When they cite this case law, they also give a brief definition of the case law. That's what you're supposed to be reading.
Oh, I didn't see that shit. I just copied and pasted what they cited, and this what came up. And
Okay,
that's why I
right up
read it.
under where they cited, it says courts must exercise the Rule 33 authority sparingly. Right up under them citing this. What the heck just happened here?
I just got
Okay,
rid of it.
there I go.
Uh,
Okay.
uh,
Now I sent to your phone.
okay,
Oh wait.
I look
No,
at it
never
and
mind. Never mind. Never mind. Don't even look at that. If you can just look at the government's response from where they cited the case law and just read their explanation of what the case law says.
uh, so yeah, I look my phone charging upstairs. I'm downstairs, so I
Okay.
look. When I get a chance, I go up there and look at it.
So, if they want to talk about, they want to talk about Bojean's case law not being applicable, from what I'm reading, neither is this one the way that they're attempting to apply it. You know, um, because even though it is a motion for a new trial, they're asking for a motion on a new trial based on ineffective counsel.
And speaking of Bojangles, man, I think I'm gonna go. Have you ever been to Bojangles before?
I
Oh
have.
yeah,
So
they
we
got them
don't got
down in the
Bojangles out
southern
here,
states.
but the closest thing is Raising Cane. So I think I'm gonna go to Raising Cane. Give me some goddamn chicken fingers.
Not the chicken fingers. I
God,
don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I don't eat beef, but I bought these beautiful filet mignons yesterday.
oh my God, here we go.
They are just beautiful. Where did I get what?
Oh my God, man.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, guys. Let me mute my mic for one moment.
So unfortunate as it is, no matter what the parents did, uh, they don't care about the parents. There's no laws. They can, you know,
I,
it's
I, I hope.
Well, the thing of it is, I do not understand, and I wish this is something you
so
would say.
everybody thought there was gonna be this big thing, big
I
thing.
thought for sure they was gonna respond. I thought they was gonna respond to.
Why did you think they were going to respond? If it wasn't in the trial, why would they
The reason I
respond?
thought they was gonna respond is because she put it in there, and they was gonna. I thought me personally, I thought they was gonna respond back to everything that she did. And they responded back to everything.
They responded back to everything that was in the trial. I mean, how do you respond to something that you had nothing to do with? It was not in the trial. It wasn't in the trial.
Yep. Right.
So how could they give a response to something that was not in the trial? I mean, they may do a footnote or something later.
They tried to put it in there as extortion. That was going to be their argument as extortion. Auntie Ann said, now, if you want to, argue the extortion portion of it, because and I don't know if these were the text messages, but they was trying to get some shit admitted in court, and Auntie Ann was saying she's not going to allow because it's irrelevant. But she said you are able, if you want, to argue the extortion. If your argument is an extortion, you can argue that if you want. But whatever
they didn't do that.
What they didn't touch on it.
Of course not.
So I'm assuming, I'm just speculating that those were the text messages, but they never said text messages. They just said they referred to it as evidence. They didn't say text messages. But I know it was about the parents.
Yeah, I remember them trying to get in some things about the parents as well. But I mean, if it wasn't
consent to what your argument, they can't consent to that, so it's not
right. Relevant. I remember that exactly. So again, it had nothing to do with. It couldn't possibly have anything to do with the outcome of the case because it wasn't even in the case.
Right.
So why are you bringing it up in the first place?
It was in evidence. It didn't make it to the trial.
It didn't make it in evidence.
It was in evidence. It wasn't published. So it was.
I thought that she disallowed it.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying. It was in evidence for as far as they can see it. That's what I'm saying. They can see it, but it wasn't talked about in trial. So it wasn't in the transcripts. It wasn't on record.
I have to go back and look at that because it either made it into evidence or it didn't. And I thought that she excluded it. I thought she excluded it from evidence.
It was in evidence, but it didn't make it to trial. So that's why people don't see it on the transcripts because it wasn't on the record talked about.
Okay.
So Bojean is saying that they should have talked about this.
Hey, Danny. Another quick question. And I know I'm smarter than the 5th grader. What the bloggers are doing,
yeah.
would that have an effect on his case?
Hell no. I mean, give me an example.
I'm just,
they doing some stupid shit.
The bloggers are doing.
They're doing some stupid shit.
They're terrorists and everything else. Would that have an effect on his case?
Okay, you need to be more specific. Give me an example of what.
I guess.
Is it gonna have an effect?
Talking to the lawyers. Would that have an effect?
Here's what I think. Let me give you my opinion. So.
Because the lawyers have talked to.
I ain't talking about talking to the damn lawyers. I'm talking about their actions.
Would that have an effect?
Their actions. Some of their actions. Helps the government arguments. Some of their actions. I'll put it that way. Some things that was done that kind of helped their argument, and that's it comes to blowing the goddamn car up and harassing the victims, things of that nature.
I think that this trial is over.
Yep.
The case isn't over, but the trial is over.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that anything that wasn't presented in trial or contributed to decisions made at trial I don't think it'll have any. I don't think it'll have any bearing right now,
No, only thing that
unless
affected was the bail. Things that they
unless
was doing was affect the bail argument. That was it.
right. Wait, say that again.
When it came down to his bail,
Hmm.
they were saying that he have a lot of control of people
Right,
getting rise and shit like that. And lo and behold, after they said that, things was being done to support their argument.
right. But I don't think it's gonna have any bearing on his sentence.
Right.
Okay.
Sentencing and bail is two different things.
Yeah, I don't
He
think it's gonna
passed the
have any
bail part.
bearing on his sentence. He's gonna be
Passed the bail part
sentenced.
right now.
Right, he's gonna be sentenced. By the sentencing guidelines of the charges that he was found guilty of.
Okay. So, but can well, you know what, Bojean, she didn't put in those for ineffective counsel. She didn't put in the motions that the lawyers was talking to bloggers, did she?
Because for what? Why would she do that? That ain't gonna help the situation.
Okay. Just a question I'm asking. All right, carry on. I got the mic on mute. Ooh. It's raining, and
Yeah, he ran out here.
Yeah, it ain't raining where I am either.
it's raining here, girl.
Oh, I'm
You know,
next.
when
Yeah.
it rains, I'm just
That's all
Yeah,
right.
you're
That's my college
probably
day.
next.
yeah. You probably can hear it in my voice.
Yeah,
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm just asking to clear things. So
Only thing that would get him out right now is a clear and deliberate violation of his rights.
Exactly.
what
And
now? Repeat that again, Keller.
Violation of his right. That's the only thing that will get him out right now.
and it has to be crystal clear. It can't be I think this or this should. There has to be, it has to be crystal clear. And I don't see it.
Me either.
I don't see it. You
She's
know,
arguing the Sixth Amendment with the uh, 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 was a conflict
ineffective
free,
counsel.
or the conflict free counsel and the ineffective counsel.
Well, the fact that he had the Curcio hearing and that was supposed to resolve the conflict and they removed who he said the conflict
But check this
was.
out. Check this out. The Kershaw hearing wasn't really a conflict, possible conflict.
Right. However, he said that he did not want Greenberg and the other one, I can't remember his name.
Leonard.
He didn't want Greenberg and Leonard. For him, they were the conflict. So that conflict was removed.
You think they was the conflict?
At,
No. They wasn't
no,
a conflict.
I don't think that.
No, the conflict was at.
I don't think
Oh,
that. Okay, no, the conflict was more than as.
enjoy.
The conflict was more than that. The conflict, aside from that, because you got to understand, Greenberg and Leonard didn't bring that conflict about Nicole.
They
Okay,
didn't.
they did not.
Who did?
As his attorney. As his attorney brought that, or Jocelyn's attorney, whichever one it was. Attorney brought that conflict.
You're right.
She brought that conflict.
Right.
They didn't bring that conflict. So
right.
Now, when that conflict was brought, then the rest of the conflict came in with Nicole and Greenberg and him saying that people had mental issues and that, you understand what I'm saying? There was a conflict among the attorneys. There absolutely was. It was demonstrated there in the damn courtroom when she called the Curcio hearing.
Right, but that's not the conflict she's arguing. She's arguing the conflict between the same attorney representing two different people, two clients. That was the conflict she's arguing. Was arguing.
And that would have been Nicole.
Right.
But when they had the Curcio hearing, and he chose to waive the conflict.
Right.
Auntie Anne did everything legally that she was supposed to do.
So it's gonna come down to, was the conflict waivable or not? That's what it's gonna come down to. He's arguing that it is waivable. She arguing that it's not waivable.
Listen,
She didn't give anything to really back up why they did. So that's
that's
what.
what I'm saying. Because, like I said, I would be very interested to see the law that she cited to support that argument. Because do you really believe that Auntie Anne sat there and allowed him to waive it if it were not waivable?
The
Or
only,
even if it were not waivable, do you think that she allowed him to waive it and then it's going to turn around and reverse her decision and say, "Oh, wait, I was wrong.
but
It wasn't waivable."
I'll take that
That's
back.
not going to happen.
I'll take that back. Her argument was to support her was the Constitution, that they are the client should
Is entitled to a conflict-free counsel.
right.
And
Also,
she provided that with the Curcio hearing
so here's
when she allowed Greenberg and Leonard to withdraw, and when he waived his right to the conflict with Nicole and asked for her to be his counsel. That was resolved. Conflict resolved.
he also have the right to choose his attorney too. So
Absolutely, and he did that.
So she settled both of them, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
You gave him gave him his right to still choose Nicole, and she moved her from the conflict, which would have been asked. Now, what I've seen that could have been an issue that Bojean didn't bring up was Nicole, even though she didn't cross-examine Ass, she still did the opening statement and talked about Ass.
Right.
I don't, me personally, she probably shouldn't even did that. Which would be an indication of why she didn't do the closing, because with the closing, you really have to go in on each one. So, that's probably why Canning did the closing, and that's probably why Joy didn't come on the stand.
And Joy wasn't going to come on the stand because she would have been a goddamn disaster.
I think she was about to come on the stand.
I've never believed that for a moment.
I'm glad
she wasn't in New York. I never believed that for a moment.
I'm glad she didn't, but
I'm glad she didn't as well.
They named her.
They did name her. They said that she was what Greenberg said was that she was probably a potential witness. That's what he said. Probably a potential witness. That's what he said.
Right.
In the hearing that they had right before the Curcio hearing. That's what he said. So I never thought for a moment that she would be on that stand, because everybody knew that would just be a disaster.
Oh, man. Oof. They would have tore her ass up. I think it was a disaster. I think Julius was the only one that didn't fuck him up. Everybody else, they did more damage. The defense called up. That motherfucker want to play his demo tape. You got another officer that fucking had fucking shit going on with fraudulent checks and shit.
Man, those witnesses were sad. They were just, it was like they bought them at the last minute. And they probably did, because remember they were saying they had witnesses that couldn't get there.
I don't believe that shit.
Oh, I don't believe it for a minute. They didn't have witnesses. That was the whole thing.
Right.
They didn't have witnesses. But the defense was saying that they have witnesses that couldn't get there. Remember that?
Right. Money issue. Like it was a financial issue. They couldn't pay for their lodge and hotel or some shit.
But I mean, you should have had that covered. That's your witness.
Right. That's supposed to have been covered.
The federal government don't make you pay for your goddamn lodging.
They have 45 motherfuckers. They have 45 motherfuckers.
They gonna fly
A
your ass
whole
in,
hotel.
baby.
They had a whole
Okay.
hotel on lock.
They don't make you pay. They don't make their goddamn witnesses pay to show up. Shit.
And you get a per diem.
Um, in that motion, did Bojean address anything about the herpes?
Oh, she confirmed it. So she said, "Oh my God, I don't even know why she said this shit."
You gotta send me that, Robert, because I haven't read that.
Let me pull this shit up right now. The hub's not that long. Let me see. Go ahead and y'all can talk about something else right quick.
No, I'm just asking a question because I know I'm not getting ready to read. Where James Harris go? I'm
Oh,
like him.
I'm
I
gonna
ain't
read it
believe it.
all. I'm
Yeah,
going to
well,
read it all.
and then we'll come back. These just
Mhm.
questions I got that, and I'm so glad y'all here to answer them. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, I love it when Robert
I
is
got
here.
I got a blanket over my
So
head
she
right now.
said, okay, so I ain't gonna put it up, but she said that uh, they s- they shouldn't brought on who was that? I can't think of her name. What's old girl that saw R. Kelly sleeping with Aaliyah in the truck?
I know he's talking about. I
Javante,
can't call her name the
Devontae.
pretty
I was
girl.
trying not to say her name.
Javante.
Well, I was trying to think of what they call her in the
Think
truck.
of what her pseudonym that they
Uh,
used.
but they said that they shouldn't have brought her up because R. Kelly already conceded to having herpes. So it was, I guess, saying it was overkill or some shit. But what the word they use, presidential or some shit, prudential. What they use when it's too much?
Prejudicial.
Yeah, it says presidential to bring her up because he already confirmed that he had herpes.
No, he didn't. When did he
This
confirm
what
that?
Bojean said. This what Bojean said.
When he never confirmed that.
Well, let me show you what she said.
But I forget about what she said. He never confirmed that.
We don't know
And
if that could have been
hold
something.
on, no, he never confirmed that. Had he confirmed that, Nicole would not have been questioning his goddamn doctor, saying that there was other things could be treated with Valtrex. That's how you know it was never confirmed. Because had it been confirmed, she would not have been trying to place that doubt.
I think
That's where the herpes came in at.
I think their argument was not that he didn't have it; it was that he the attention to give it to him wasn't there.
It wasn't the intention.
And,
No, it had nothing to do with the intention. What does the intention have to do with the medication that he's on?
well, because
It
they
had,
were saying that the medication was him. He said that, but they argument is that since he took the Valtrex, as proof that he wasn't attending to give it to him.
that was not the argument.
That's what Bojean is saying.
No. And this is what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. I understand this is what Bonbons and Juju Beans is saying. I understand that. What I'm saying to you, that is disproven by Nicole's questioning of the doctor. Had he conceded to having it, she would not have been trying to place doubt about the uses of the drug Valtrex. There would have been no reason whatsoever for that line of questioning had he conceded to having it. So I don't believe that he conceded to having it. I didn't see anything in the documents that he conceded to having it.
Trying to find it now. That shit will not act right.
Because Nicole was saying, because they were completely trying to disprove that he had it. They were talking about, all different types of herpes and how it wasn't even VD. I mean, come on. That entire line of defense speaks to him not conceding to having it.
Wow.
You know, they were talking about, different types of herpes and how most people have herpes and herpes can be a cause. They were talking about all types of shit, trying to say, trying to raise doubt that he did not have genital herpes. They even challenged the definition of venereal disease. Am I the only person who remembers this?
Right. They said it was a
So,
virus or some shit as
so
opposed
that
to.
whole line of defense indicates that he did not concede to having it. Thank you, Karen J.
Yeah.
Exactly, Kayla. They established that he provided access to his doctor and paid for their meds. And she sat there and said, "Well, vouchers can be used for other things, can?" He was like what? Y'all don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Okay. That line of questioning indicates that he did not concede. They would have never been trying to raise that doubt had he conceded that he had herpes. Just like they sat in that courtroom and tried not to concede that he married Aaliyah. And the judge, or that he had sex with Aaliyah. And the judge was like, is it your position that he did not have sex with Aaliyah and he was married to her? Are you not going to concede that? And what did he say? I concede. He said he was ready to concede. At first, he said he was ready to concede to the fact that he married her, but he was not yet ready to concede that he had sex with her. Still trying to say it didn't happen.
What happened? Where you go right after your wedding?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said, when you get married, ain't the honeymoon right after that?
It's supposed to be.
They got
It,
married and skipped the honeymoon.
it's supposed to be right after the wedding. Yeah. hmm That's, you know, protocol, tradition. That's how it was supposed to be. But he went back on tour, and we don't know where she went.
When they both on tour?
Mm-mm. She was
Oh,
in Chicago. He was, I forgot where he was on tour. And he went back the same night that he married her or the next night that he married her and raped another little teenager. The day after he married Aaliyah. He went right back on tour and raped another little teenager in his dressing room.
that motherfucker's sick, man.
Well, that's not a question. But okay, now explain to me how Bonbons and Juju Beans is trying to use this herpes thing.
Her argument is that the intent wasn't there. Auntie Anne, Auntie Anne gave the jury instructions, stating that the intention don't have to be proved. The fact that he knew he had it and didn't disclose it was good enough.
Well, yeah, because the law says if you have it, you have to disclose it to any partner that you're gonna have sex with
Right.
before you do the
Exposed.
deed.
Right.
So the fact that he didn't disclose, guilty.
But I mean, she got to do something. I mean, what you expect her to do? Just she got to do something.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you didn't intend it with nobody, but you didn't tell anybody. The hell? Every damn body got herpes. And that's what AWD told Azriel. Oh, it ain't nothing. Everybody got it. Now everybody you fuck with got it because you done gave it to them. Just Lee said y'all going to IHOP after y'all wedding.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
The
Uh-oh.
bathroom.
Oh, in the bathroom at IHOP. That is
On
so
the grill.
nasty. That is so
On camera.
nasty. Syrup and shit. No, V, no.
See, that's why I fucks with B. Why I fucks with him.
And that was
Mm.
kind of think there was another question I wanted to ask y'all. Oh, it'll come to me.
Yeah, Kayla Doll says that poor child would have been a liability for him on the stand, talking about Joycelyn.
Oh,
It would have been a liability for her. You know, he's done. He was done,
it would
whether
have been
she
a liability for
testified or
both of them.
not.
Both of them.
The thing of it is, she
And
would
they,
have perjured herself, and you know, I mean, what the hell
do you
would have
think the government
happened?
would have took it easy on her, considering that they
Absolutely not.
went in on her?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they would have charged her with perjury. So, you know, I'm so happy that never happened. I'm so happy that never happened.
They probably would have just what they call that uh, when they don't count your testimony.
I would hope that they would have, you know, not if she would have testified, they would have undoubtedly proved that she was lying. I would hope that they would have, you know, given her some counseling or something like that, or mandated her some counseling or something in lieu of jail time. I don't even know if they could do that because jail time mandatory with federal perjury, ain't it? I think it is.
Oh, she said they had this is an argument. They had excessive STD evidence, but
Excessive.
one moment she's saying that that their evidence is insufficient in one motion, and then now she's saying it's excessive evidence.
Like I said, strategy. It's all strategy. It's all part of her strategy. Trust and believe me, she did not file these motions expecting to win one of them. She did not. As a matter of fact, I was listening to the flower lady the other day, and she was telling all of his supporters that, you know, this is what she did, that, you know, it was the least likely motion to be granted. She was trying to prepare them for the denial. But, you know, of course, she was trying to build it as if this is how we planned it. And you know what? And in a way, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Because it's all strategy. He's got a snowball's chance in hell of Ann Donnelly ruling in his favor. Because you have to understand, regardless of whatever Bonbons and Juju Beans puts in a motion, Ann Donnelly sat through that trial. She heard every
Exactly.
witness. She saw
Exactly.
every piece of evidence.
And Bojangles didn't.
So she absolutely knows.
Oh, now let
Go
me ask
ahead.
you this. Let me ask
Hmm.
you this. Do you think she would put forth a better motion had she defended him? Or wait, let me put it this way. Do you think the motion would have been better if Kanik did it and she just assisted Kanik?
The problem is this.
She threw his ass under the bus, so she can't really say he's
When you're
ineffective.
talking ineffective counsel,
Right.
even though it may be directed towards Nicole, they were
It was
all his
everybody.
counsel
It
at
was
the time.
it was
Exactly.
everybody because it was
Exactly. So I don't think that Kanik would have said I was an ineffective counsel. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? He would not have raised that issue. He may have raised another issue, but he would not have raised that issue.
So maybe this all was planned. When I think about it, maybe she was talking to like, look, motherfucker, I'm about to do this
How
ineffective.
long have I been saying that?
I'm about
I've
to
been
do this
telling you guys
ineffective
that
counseling.
from day one. I've been telling you guys they've been setting up the damn appeal since day one. I don't think any of it was
So
happenstance. I
she
don't think
said
any of it was.
she filed the extension right in the beginning, and she said she stopped.
Nicole said to find him guilty on purpose. I don't think any of it.
She filed an extension in the beginning. She said she's not going to file that motion until his whole team have withdrawn. Did a withdrawal for the on their case.
Right, because you can't have attorneys on representing you that you're claiming are ineffective. They've got to be gone.
So check this out. They did that right, but
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, and what's the other guy name?
Farinella.
Not yeah, Farinella. Nicole and Farinella. They withdrew, but they did it as substitute counsel, right?
Right.
And she said,
Mm-hmm.
"No, I need y'all completely go. Fuck that substitution shit. I need y'all completely go." And shit, this is probably why.
Absolutely. I have no doubt.
But yeah, she said the jury selection was ineffective counsel too. So that's all the attorneys.
Right. Right. That's all of the attorneys. You can't claim ineffective counsel because they were all your attorneys at the time of trial.
Right.
So you can't point the finger. You can point the finger at one, but usually it's a whole. It's a group deal.
Now, when Nicole and Farinella did a substitution of counsel, do you think that was them showing some resistance?
No,
So why not just
absolutely
come
not.
off completely then?
Because I'm pretty sure Robert still wanted her there.
Oh yeah, because he fucking her. Supposedly, I don't know how true this is. Supposedly, she getting them visits so R. Kelly can knock her down when nobody, when in total privacy.
So, so she got herpes too.
But, hey, I think she got more than herpes the way she looked.
Oh Lord, I don't even want to think that thought. Um, yeah, I think it's all been a strategy to set up the appeal. I've always said that. I've always said that. When they talked about Greenberg and how horrible he was, I said, guys, I know this attorney. He's a good attorney. Greenberg is a good attorney. He ain't the best goddamn attorney in the world.
And shit,
But Green
you say that I would never say I haven't seen him, and I haven't seen him
and
out of this.
and I have. And I have. Greenberg is a good attorney. He is very well respected. He wins a lot of cases. He wins
I
a lot
mean,
of
he must
cases.
be because a lot of people bring him on. Like he court TV love him. Not just about the R. Kelly, but they bring him on panels for other cases too all the time.
Listen, eh, listen. Greenberg is a well respected attorney here in Illinois. He is. He is. And I can't take that away from him. And I've always said it from the beginning. I'm like, look, guys, I know this attorney. I know he's better than this. I know he's smarter than this. He's setting up the damn appeal.
Mm. How would you feel, Miss April, if he actually was
I think
successful?
April went to sleep on us, baby, a long time ago. I
Well, how
think
would
she
you
went to
feel
sleep
if,
on us.
goddamn it, it was act of God to happen, and he was actually successful in this shit?
Successful act of God did happen. That's why his ass can't get out. I'm sorry. What?
Let's just a hypothetical. Like, let's say he got out.
Okay.
How would you feel?
Hmm. Woo. I think if he got out, I would definitely feel like justice was thwarted. I would feel that justice was thwarted because he's there for a reason. He deserves to be there.
Now, after you feel that way, will you continue to listen to his music? If you drop
I've
another
always
album,
listen, and
let's say
I've
he dropped
always
an
said,
album out. Let's say he dropped an
hold on,
album out
hold
right
on,
after
hold
you
on,
got out.
hold on, hold on. I've always said this too. I have never stopped listening to his
I heard that.
music.
Now,
Hmm.
under these circumstances, let's say he dropped the goddamn album out right after he got out.
Hmm.
Will you support that album?
Absolutely not.
Mm.
Would I listen to that
What's the
motherfucker?
difference?
If
What's the difference?
somebody gave it to me,
Your
I'd
bootleg,
listen to it.
your bootleg. No, no,
I
no.
said
I'm
if
not saying.
somebody gave
Listen,
it
so
to
I
me.
get it. Not just curious. I'm not saying okay, you curious just to see what it sound like. I'm talking about like just constantly in your rotation type shit. Now I understand like you may just want to hear it just to see like what it's about, but I'm talking about it's heavy in your rotation.
His shit heavy in my rotation right now.
No, I understand that now. I understand that now. I'm talking about given those circumstances that he get out and drop an album a week later.
No.
So what's the difference between those circumstances and now?
You know what? There really isn't. And being honest, it's actually very hypocritical.
Well, you honest enough. I can't see. I'm kind of argument with that.
There is no damn difference. Hell, I supported him after Leah. I knew that for a goddamn fact. I was working there when he married her. So there was no question in my goddamn mind. I knew he married her. Looked at the goddamn marriage license in Cook County Clerk's office. Looked at the damn marriage license. Looked at the damn marriage certificate. I
Me,
knew he married her.
I always said that I always said that I was going to continue to listen to his music, um, even after these allegations. And I remember a song came on the radio of his, and without a hesitation, I just turned.
Wow.
Without even thinking. Even though I said I was going to listen to his music, it's just like I just couldn't.
And you know what? And I think I've said this to you before. Music was an extremely major part of my life for many years of my life. And I guess I see it differently than the general population. I really get the artistry of it all. So, when people say you can't separate the artist, I truly can. I can separate the artist from the art because I know what that is. And it's my love and respect for that makes it very difficult to me not to listen to his music. Because regardless of what he's done, regardless of what he was also a fucking musical genius. He was, you know, and I can't erase that. Nobody can erase that. Has it been overshadowed with what he's become? Absolutely. But can you erase it? Absolutely not. Can you erase all the goddamn babies that was conceived off his fucking music in the 90s? Hell no. I got one. You know, you can't erase that. And I can't negate the contributions that he made to music. I can't. Nor do I want to. What I've said from the beginning. I never stopped listening. It is barely a day that goes by that R. Kelly ain't in rotation up in here. The only way he's not played is if I don't play music that day. And it's rare that I go a day without playing music. So he's played damn near every day in my house. Now, would I support him if he got out? No. And like I said, it is hypocritical. But I would feel some type of way after knowing, hearing the testimony of all of these victims. In my mind, to support him after this would be negating all of his victims. And I just can't do that. Robert, you still with me? What happened to my Robert? Ah, guys, I am here all by myself. April done went to sleep. I don't know what done happened to Robert. And I'm just here. I'm going to go through some of the comments, guys, and see if it's anything that I need to answer or respond to. Kayla Dot says, where did Miss April go? Baby, I think Miss April went to sleep on us a long time ago. I don't even know. And she may have muted her mic because I don't hear anything in the background. April could be outside. We don't know. Oh, he says, tell April. Okay. Robert is backstage, but Robert, I think that April is asleep. But I'm going to try to tell her you're backstage so she can let you back in. Okay. Okay. I'm going to text her really quick, guys. You know what? I can't even do that because then I'll get kicked out of the show. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that April has her mic muted because I don't hear any background noise. And normally I would hear something. So I think what I'm going to do is hop off unless anybody has any questions for me. Okay, yeah, April is sleeping. Robert, I can't get you from backstage. Kayla, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kayla. Julie Hodgkin says, I don't know who was just talking because I'm cooking, but whoever just said all those things about R. Kelly is 100% right. Yeah, Robert, call Miss April because I can't. And Julie Hodgins, I think that was me. Karen J. Y'all better leave Miss April alone about her fireballs. Karen J said to Miss April sneak away and get her a fireball, baby. If she do, we know it's gonna be live when she get back, okay? Karen J said, my daughter sung his song during her kindergarten and fifth grade graduation. I know. You know, there are so many there there's so many memories that people have attached to his music, and not just his music but just artists forever. You know, you can look back, you can hear a song, and it'll, you know, whatever song it is that you heard at the time or, you know, was in rotation a lot at the time, you can hear that today and it'll take you right back to the place that you were when you first heard it or when you remembered it. So, music has, it definitely has a very sentimental place for all of us, for all of us. And I just can't, I've never agreed with negating his achievements because of his crimes, because he achieved what he achieved. And I don't give a damn how many kids he fucked. That ain't gonna stop what he achieved. Rocking with the truth, Lady Alicia, you have been a breath of fresh air. I just hope supporters are listening. Oh, thank you, Rocking with the Truth. Thank you, Cherise. Cherise, how did I miss you in the chat? Oh my goodness. I don't know how I miss Cherise. Hey, wait a minute. Just V, where did you go? Uh-oh. I think I hear Miss April. Miss April? Listen, I got some background noise from Miss April, y'all. April! Where did she go? Miss April. Okay, the background noise has ceased. I'm like, what in the world is she doing? Okay, so we can't get Robert from backstage. We can't get Miss April up out of her nap. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end it, and we're gonna come back in a few hours. We're gonna come back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go read some more of the documents. I'm gonna get past the first page this time, y'all. I promise. But I'm not going to, I will probably read 20, 30 pages, but I'm not going to comment on that because, like I said before, when I read through them, I like to go back and look up the case law and see what it actually says, as opposed to what the government says it says. But I'm going to read it first, and then I'm going to go back, and look up the case law that they've cited, uh, so that we can have some more discussion about that. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for the love. I really do appreciate it. But we're going to be back here this evening, guys. So, Robert, stay tuned, baby. Thank you guys so much. Lady of Leisure, I'm out.
Mm, yeah. Mm. But I went to sleep. Mm. 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 Girl. Mm. Mhm.